session. Did everyone had a hands-on practice on the problems taught yesterday's session? Okay, good. What about others? So up to date, whatever is taught in the session, you are trying it out, right? And did you get answer for everything, the output? Or did you get any error or warning messages? Got the output, okay. What about others? More or less okay. What does that mean? Should I take it you got output for everything? Or only half of it done? Had to struggle for it, okay. So you got some error and you worked on it and then you got the output, right? Okay. As you work on many programs, you'll get some error and later you'll know how to work on those errors. So finally, when you're getting an error, you'll know how to treat that error. Okay, so that is the reason I'm just asking everybody to go for the hands-on practice. Though the program may look a little bit bigger, but only if you go for the hands-on, you'll know how to deal with the errors, some warnings. Okay, I think around 4 or 5 has only answered me. What about others? Others? What about Aditya, Manisha, Deepak? I cannot see any replies from you. Did anyone take mock test? Got the output. Okay. Anyone tried for the mock test? Other than that, whatever was dealt in the session, nobody took mock test. Not even one. See, according to me, more than the sessions, mock tests are very, very important. Though you gain knowledge from the session, your complete practice comes only after the mock test. Not even one practicing from this free sample questions, okay? Free sample question papers are good, but why am I stressing up on mock test is that there will be a timer, okay? You'll learn to practice within those time. If it is a half an hour time limit, you can get practice to it, okay? So that is the reason I'm just asking you to go for a mock test and instead of sample questions. So nobody has taken a mock test. So today, yesterday I gave you a problem. I don't know how many of you have completed it, but today I'm going to give you a mock test. Okay? Any mock test, it is up to you. Just go for a site. I have given you a main number of sites. Okay? Just go for any one site. Take any one mock test. Okay? You have to take, and tomorrow you have to report me with what programming question was there in the mock test. Okay? Whether you know the question or you don't know the question, you have attended or not attended, no problem. Just you have to report me with the what question you got in the mock test. Okay? And if you try to attend those questions, how much time did you take to complete it? Okay, so I want all these details tomorrow. Now, how many of you have completed the program which I gave yesterday? I just said a concept and asked you to complete, right? How many of you completed? At least tried? How many of you at least tried? Okay, one of you have tried. What about others? Completed, ma'am, but use Java instead of C. Okay, good. You got the output, Rahul? Okay, good. Once you're clear with the program, the programming language doesn't matter. Okay? Others? What about others? See, I know initially it will be very difficult. Okay? Nobody knows everything in the programming language, not even me. Okay? So you have to start the starting problem for everyone, I hope. Okay? If you start, then every day you'll be getting so interested in programming. Okay? To find out the output, how to get the output, you'll be just interested and everything is there in Google. Not even one Googled out the answer. If I give you time now, is anyone ready to do? I'll be there. So side by side, if you're just trying out, are you guys ready to try out? Okay. Others? Okay. So though it is a mobile phone or laptop, doesn't matter. Just go for the Google and go for the online compiler. Any online compilers. Okay. Just go for it. Make your compilers ready. Is your compiler ready? Is everyone ready with the compiler? Just go to Google, type online GDB. Is everyone ready? Online GDB is the compiler name. If you want any other compiler also, you can go for it. Okay, is everyone ready? Okay. So now first, let us start from the smaller one. Okay, immediately no need to go for such a long program. I'll just give you a program orally. Okay, a simple program. I just want first the logic from you all. Okay, so if you want, you can take down the problem, else you can just listen to it. So the problem is the user will give the input, okay, which is numeric. What will the input be is it will be the month. Okay, it will be the number of month, that is 1 for January, 2 for February. Okay, month number, they'll be giving you the input and you have to tell how many days are there in that month. As simple as that. Okay, just if I'm giving 8th month, I should get the output as 31. Okay, because 8th is the August month and there are 31 days in August. Okay, is that clear for everyone or should I explain the program again? And in case of February, they're giving the input as 2, just you have to print 28. No need to go for leap year, non-leap year, just 28 is enough, 28 days. Okay, so user is going to give you a input which is the month number and then you're going to just display how many days are there in the month. Now think and tell me what will be the logic behind the program. Using the basic concepts you can say. Language is not a problem, just the logic I need.
I'm using Python dictionaries.
Okay, using what?
Python dictionary.
Yeah, you can go for it. Good. Any other logics? Divided by 30. Which the number of month should be divided by 30. The number of days. No. Using 3 if else condition. Yeah, good. Another logic, correct logic. You can use three if else conditions. Can you repeat the question? Okay, I'll repeat it. See, the problem is I am the user. Okay, you're going to write a code for me. You are the coder and I am the user. What should you do for me is that I don't know how many days are there in a month. Okay, I only know that I have 12 months. I wanted to know how many days are there in individual months. Okay, so you're going to help me with that. If I'm just asking the system to tell me how many months are there in February, it should return me 28 days. Okay, I'm just asking how many months are there in the August 8th month, it should return me 31 days. Okay, so I'll just give the month and you have to give me the how many days, the count. Okay, that's the question. Now can you understand, Deepak? Okay. Any other logics? One has said in Python and the other one using if else condition. Any other logic? We can use if and else. Okay, good. Any other logic? Three different logics we have received. Anything else? See, actually, this is even odd. Okay, good. Another logic. You can take that. Okay, but I think February will be an exception, right? You can give exception only for February. Yeah, even this is a good idea. See, this is just like a group discussion, okay? If simply you're sitting inside your room and if you're thinking of a program, you have to code the logic, then it'll be difficult for you. You'll get only one idea. But in this particular discussion, I think around 10 of you will be giving different logics. Okay, though it is right or wrong, you'll be giving your logics. So there will be many ways to complete a single program. Okay, I just gave you a problem. See, now up to 3 to 4 different logics we have got. So this is actually a best way to come out the to bring out the best in you. Okay, so just think in different angles. If else, okay, good, you can use if else statement. Anything else? Switch, good Deepak, you can use switch statement also. It will be long. No problem, I just wanted the different logics. How can you deal with the problem? Okay, let it be a longer program, shorter program, doesn't matter. think think from a different point of view. That's all. So okay, I think we have received 5 different logics. The first one is in the Python using the dictionary, and the second one is using 3 if else condition. Yeah. And the third one is just a if else condition. Okay. Elif. You can use that. And the fourth one is even or odd. You can use giving an exception to the February. And the fifth one is switch case. Okay. 5 different logics. Now we have sorted out the logic, how to deal with the problem. We have sorted the first part over. Okay, this is how you have to deal with the problem. Whenever you're given a new problem, you have to think of different logics and you have to have it separately. Coming to the second part, it is you have to write the program. As I said yesterday, it should be universal, it should satisfy all the conditions. So what are the different conditions we have to put in this program? I said I'll give you the month number, and you have to give me the number of days. What are the conditions it should satisfy? Come on, give a try. If number greater than 12, then print invalid month. Yeah, good. Same for 0, negative. Okay. So the three conditions are, if it is positive, then it should be less than 12. If it is negative and 0, it is invalid. Okay. Okay. If month is greater than or equal to 1 and month is less than or equal to 12. Yeah, good. Okay. So two conditions completed. And now I said the user will give the input in numerics. Okay. Only from numbers. But if the user is trying to give it in the alphabets or alphanumeric, okay, that is actually the exceptional case, but I'm just giving you with that idea also. Okay, if they're trying to enter any other alphabets, you have to be ready to deal with that also. Okay, that is just exception, no need for this one. So these are the three conditions you're going to give. So first the logic sorted out, the universal conditions is ready with us. Now what are we going to do? We're just going to start with the coding. Okay, so first, initially no need to go with straight away to the editor. Okay, the compiler, just take your note. Is everyone ready with your note and pen? I hope everybody has one. Okay, good. Now I said I'm going to give you an input and you're going to give me a output. Both are in numeric. Okay, so by listening to the program you'll understand that you need two variables, right? So first I have to think about how many variables will I be using in the program. Initially, now I just need two variables, one for getting the input, another for printing the output. Okay, so first declaration part. So note that one, declare the variable. Okay, write down the declaration part. Both should be of integer data type. So int, any two variable names. So I'm just telling the logic, not the syntax. Okay, whichever language you're comfortable with, just go for it. Declare the variables. Is the declaration over? Okay. Now, as I said in the previous session, I have declared the variables. What are the three parts of the coding? I think I've repeated it again and again. Three parts of the coding. Can someone say? Anyone? Just go through your notes and tell me. Header, main, operation. Okay. I think while approaching a program logically and technically, I said another three. Can someone say those things? Has someone noted those things? The first session itself, I said, whatever is said in class orally also, I wanted you to make a note of it. Main variable, body and declaration. Okay. Yeah, Deepak. Deepak answers is correct. You have to get the input. You have to operate that input and then you have to give the output. Okay. Three main parts of a program. Okay. While approaching for coding, at that time, you have to get the input from the user, perform operations on that input, and you have to give the output. Good. Okay. So now we have declared the variables. Okay. Let that be. And the hash include the header files. The main function is common for everything. Okay. No need to get into that. We have already declared the variables. So now I have to get the input. Okay. Now go for the input statement. How will you get the input from the user? Just go for it. In whichever language you're trying, either C, Python or Java, just go for that. Input statement. Is your input statement over? Okay. Others? Any doubt, just ask me, okay? If you don't know an input statement, just tell me. I'll tell you what is the input statement for that language. Others, make it fast. Is your input statements ready? What about others? Make it fast. Mean, declaration, body parts, condition, and return. Yeah, good. The skeleton of the entire program. Correct. So I hope every one of you have completed your input statement. Now we are going to operate that input statement. Okay, we are going to perform the operation. So whichever you are comfortable with, as I said, the five logics, whichever you are comfortable with, just go for it. Okay, no problem. Which one you are choosing, just go for anything which you are comfortable with. I'll once again repeat. Switch statement. One of you have said switch statement and the other had said even or odd. Okay, but using an exception case, because even or odd in the sense not every even number has 30 or 31. February has 28, so you have to give an exception for that. And the third one is just if else statement, and the fourth one is if, elif or else statement, and the fifth one is using the dictionary in Python. Whichever you want, you can go. I hope everybody is writing down the code and then only working on it. I'll just ask you to turn on the camera and show me the program. So make sure you write the program in your note. And one more point to be noted, in those consoles, in that sense you are writing the online test, right? In those things, whatever the input they have given, only that, and whatever output format they have given, you should follow only that. Okay, if I said now, while explaining the program, I said I'll just give only one input, which is the number of month. Okay, so I should not get any other sentences like enter the month number or the total number of days in the month. I don't want anything. Okay, I will enter one number and you have to give me another number. That's it. Nothing else should be in the console or the output screen. Okay. Write down the operational part. Any doubt, just ask me in the comment section. Okay. Okay, one has completed the operational part. Just go for the output part also. Others completed. Okay. What about other five? Only a handful of people are here, so I can just make out. I'll wait, okay, till you complete. I want all 10 of you to complete. Others, make it fast. What about Manisha? Okay. So now just go for the output part. Whatever processing you have done, now you have to give the output to the user. So go for that part. After completing the output, okay, got the output. You got the output. Good, Deepak. Others, make it fast. Got the output. Okay, good. Okay. In the operational part, have you given the conditions, the universal conditions? Have you given those things? Okay, good. So now, has everyone completed the program? Writing it down? And I think some of you have completed it and got the output also. So for others, I'll be waiting for 5 minutes. Just type the program in the online compiler and tell me what output you get. I think Deepak has completed, right? Why don't you on your camera and show us your code? The return code, not the compiler code, the return code. You have done on phone. Okay, haven't you written the code in your notebook? Okay, I've given it here. Okay, good. Did you just copy and paste or completed of your own? Is this your own code, Deepak? Ma'am, I can send screenshot. Okay, fine, good. So Deepak has completed. Others, make it fast. I think someone has said in the Python, right, using dictionary. After completing, just show us your code.
Ma'am, here's my code.
Okay. Okay, good.
Okay, ma'am.
Good. Yeah. So have you tried it in the compiler?
Yes, ma'am, in phone.
Okay, good. So two of you have completed.
Ma'am, how to show the Python code?
Have you written it in your notebook?
Yes, ma'am.
Then with your back cam, you can just show the code in your notebook. Okay. Okay, good. Good. Enough.
Thank
You
you,
can
ma'am.
turn off your cam. Okay, and here. Okay, Rahul, you have used your Java code. Okay, good. What about others? What about Manisha? Tanish, what about you? Okay, Mukul, you have sent me the code. Okay, good. Others, make it fast. Others, are you trying out? Okay. Now I'll show you another three different codes. Okay. Apart from this, whatever you have typed, apart from that, I'll show you three different things. If you want, you can just take a screenshot of those things also. Is my screen visible to everyone? Can you see my screen? Okay. So see, this is a Python code. Okay, it is a Python 3 code. As I said in previous session, so first I'm going to get the input and store it in a variable called n. Okay. Now I'm giving a condition. If n is greater than 12 or less than 0, I should just print error. Okay. If it is between 1 to 12, then what should I do? In that sense, I've given if else condition using an or, logical or. What am I giving is n equal to 1, 3, 5, 7, 8, 10, and 12. If it is these are the numbers, I have to print 31. If n is equal to 2, I have to give 28. Else I have to print 30. Okay. If the if and elif conditions are failed, then I have to print 30. Okay. So this is the code, Python code. Okay. Using if elif else statement. Just take a screenshot or make a note of it. A single problem, but see, you come up with many solutions. Okay. So this is the way you deal with the problem. So the next, in Python, you have already a predefined function. Okay. So from that, I can even, what can I do is, say I can give the year. This previously, which we saw, was just a generalized one. But in Python, we have already a predefined function, which is month range. Okay. That month range is already defined in calendar. Okay. So how we use hash include stdio.h. Similarly, from calendar, I wanted to import in this program the month range. Okay. Within this month range, every function which needs to be done is already predetermined. So what am I going to just do is, I wanted to print. What should I print? I wanted to know how many days are there in February 2011. Okay. The previous one was a generalized program, but this, since there is an option in Python, I'm showing you even this is a chance. Okay. So just make a note of it. See, I'm giving 2011 is the year and 2 is the month. That is February. Okay. So what output am I getting is 28 days. And this one is there, right? What does that one denotes is that when does the month starts? Okay. One, in the sense it starts at Sunday. Okay. So when a month starts, it is given in the first, and how many days are there is given in the second. Two outputs. Since this is already predefined, it will be easy for you. Just I'm going to print which year I want, which month, number of days. That's it. Okay. Simple 2-line program. Just make a note of it. Okay. Moving on to the third type. See, this is the bigger program which we saw. The header files, the main function I have declared. Okay. And I'm going to get the input and store it in the month. Now, see, for every month I'm giving, I'm going to take, since there are only 12, I'm just going with it. Month equal to 1, 31 days. 2, 28 or 29. 3, 31. 4, 30. Individually I'm giving. Okay. If, else if, all the else if statement for 10, and for the final one, I'm just giving else, finally else. input number is invalid. Okay, even this is also a method using if, else if and else. In the C language, this is C language. The previous two programs are of Python language and this is C language. Okay, just make a note of it. I'll just minimize. Just make a note or take a screenshot. Okay, so now those who haven't completed previously, have you completed now? So now whatever we have done till now, this is how you have to deal with the problem. Okay, first you have to read the problem thoroughly, you have to understand the problem, then go for the logic. If you want, you can just make a note. Okay, read the problem thoroughly, go for the logic, understand the universal conditions, it should clear all the test cases, then the variable declaration, understanding the problem, logic, universal test cases, variable declaration, input, processing the input, output. Okay, I think totally 7 steps. This is how you have to deal with the problem. However big the problem may be, however small the problem may be, this is how we have to deal with it. So I thought I should initialize. Okay, so it will be easy for you to further understand the logic and go with that. Now, shall I give another problem like this and you want to discuss and do it, or we can go to the session today? What do you want? It is up to you. You can tell me. Will you try out another question from initialization, from starting to the end, or you want to go to the session? Session, okay. Others? Okay. So we'll go to today's session. Okay. So yesterday we saw the string palindrome, right? Both in C and in Python we saw string palindrome. Today, one more logic to go to that string palindrome, okay? Using Python code, not for C, just for Python, there is another one method. See, why am I giving you different logics and different method is that these methods or these functions which we see in sessions may help you somewhere. Okay. When you're reading the question, okay, on that day, I just came across such a function, so let me use it. Okay. So you'll come to know different functions. For that, I wanted to give you different programs and different logics. Okay. So let us see this program. I'm going to get the input. Since it's a string palindrome, I'm not giving int. Okay, just the input, and I'm going to store that in my str. Okay, here what am I doing is I'm using a case fold function. Make a note of it. Case fold function. It returns the character in the lowercase. It returns the entered character in the lowercase. And one more thing, in few questions they'll not mention how a palindrome should be, whether it can accept both uppercase and lowercase as equal, or there should be a difference. They'll not mention, but in some questions they will mention that a palindrome should see the case also, whether it is a uppercase or lowercase, even that should be considered. For that, at that moment you can use this case fold. Okay, so I'm just giving hi. Okay, so that gets stored in my str, and whatever it is in uppercase or lowercase, doesn't matter, it is going to change it to a lowercase and store that changed one into the same my str. Okay, now I'm going to reverse the string using the reversed function. Okay, I'm going to reverse and I'm going to store that in revstr. In that way, see, all these are variable names only. Okay, now I have stored the reverse and I'm having my original str also, and both of them are not character. You cannot check simply with the character. Both of them are a string, so you have to go with the list. Okay, if list of my str, all the individual characters in that particular variable and all the individual characters in this reverse string variable, I'm checking if both of them are equal. Okay, why am I using list is that I have to check each and every character. So if they're equal, it is a palindrome, else it is not a palindrome. Okay, just to show you this case fold, I have taken this program. Make a note of this program. No problem if you're with the C language or with the Python language. Okay, take down everything which is said. You don't know which helps at what time, so have everything in your hand previously. Take it down and then give me a thumbs up once completed. Okay. Okay, we'll move on to the next. Case conversion in C language. Okay, in C language also you have a predefined functions. So to convert from the lowercase to the uppercase, see, this individually you will not get it as a program, but it will be useful in the entire big problem. Keeping this problem as a base, the entire problem will be developed. So you wanted to know these things also. Just I wanted you to know this str upr and str lwr. I just wanted you to know that function alone, but for you to understand, I'm just giving this program. Okay, but the entire aim of this is to just tell you that there is a function called str upper and str lower. Okay, so let us see the program. Header files. Since I'm using str string function, I've given string.h header file. I have included. Okay. So header files, the main function, coming inside the main function. str is an array. Okay. It is of character data type and it is an array. And I have given the input here. No need to get from the user, nothing. Okay. Just I have given the input. Modify this string to upper. Okay. It is mixture of both lower and upper cases. Now I'm just going to print. What am I going to print? strupr, string upper. Inside the bracket, you have to tell which string should be converted, right? str upper will convert it to the upper string. But which one should you convert? It is this str. So in this str, what have we stored? This modify this string to upper. This input is stored. So the entire thing will be converted into the uppercase and it will be printed. Okay. strupr stands for the string upper. Make a note of it. Similarly, the header files string.h, as I'm using string functions, the main function, same. Okay, same input, but I'm asking it to be printed in the lower case. Okay, string lower. So everything will be printed in the lower case. Modify, see this is in the uppercase, right? So everything will be printed in the lower case. Make a note of it. Make a note of both the programs. Both are in C language. Completed. Okay. Now, this is for the C language and this is for Python language. There we used str, upr and str, lwr. Here, straight away you can use string.upper, string.lower. Okay. Because string is a variable name. Okay. I'm going to get an input from the user and store that input in the string. Okay. So, what should I convert to upper? The value stored in this string. Okay, so take down the syntax for this is variable name dot upper and the function bracket. Variable name dot upper the function bracket. Okay, so here the variable name is string, so I'm using string dot upper and then the string dot lower. Okay, make a note of it. See, this is why we call Python as a human readable language. Okay, simply if I'm just using the upper function, it will convert into uppercase, lower function, lowercase. See, here you have some short words or like keywords, right? But here it is just a human readable format. Okay, the difference between C and the Python. Make a note of these functions. Also along with the syntax. variable name dot upper and variable name dot lower. Others complete it fast. So okay, now we are going to see, I think, two previous year question papers. Okay, questions. Sorry. I'll, as usual, I'll show you the picture, and you have to read the question, understand, and tell me what program is that. Okay, is everyone ready? Only two of you again and again telling me the replies. What about others? I think only two are attentive in the class. Okay. Is my screen visible? Are you able to see the program? Okay. I'll give you time. Just go through the program and tell me what sort of problem is this. Counting the duplicate characters. Okay. Number of time a given character is repeating in the string. Okay, good. Any other interpretations? We need to traverse a string. Okay, you need to traverse. For what should you traverse? What is the purpose of your traversal? Others? What about others? As usual, everybody are going to stay silent. So, okay, as most of you have interpreted, the character which is reoccurring should be counted. Okay, counting one specific character in a string. Okay, you can say you're going to count the character which is repeatedly occurring in a data. Okay, so see the input, what have they given? The first line of the input consists of a string. Okay, so you're going to get a string from the user representing the data to be encoded. The next line consists of a character representing the character to be counted. Okay, now they wish to count the number of times the character reoccurs in the given data so that they can encode the data accordingly. Okay, so now see how should be output. Print an integer representing the count of the specific character. We need the count. Okay, if the required character is not found, then print 0. They have also given you a condition. Okay, so see a note they have given. The specific character and the given string consist of English letters and special characters only. Okay, so no spaces should be given. That is the meaning for this note. Okay, see in the example itself, have a good day. They have given without a space. Okay, this is a condition. One condition is if the character is not found, you have to print 0, and the other condition is you have to not give space. That is only characters, I mean English letters and special characters should be included, not the empty spaces. Okay, so let us go for the example. Have a good day. Okay, is a string. You get the input from the user. Now you're going to ask what string should I find out. So the user is giving a. Just find out a how many times it is repeated. See, 3 times. A in a and in day. So 3 times. See the explanation. The character a occurs thrice in the data. So you're going to get the input from the user, and also you have to get which character you should find out, the count. That also you're going to get, and finally you're going to print the output. 3 steps. Okay. Is everyone clear with the problem? That is the next. Okay. Is everyone clear with the problem? Okay. Now see, this is the program. Count for the occurrence of a character in a string. So first let me explain the Python code. As usual, I'm getting the input which is of character data type and storing it in the test string. Okay, now I'm just initializing a variable called count to 0 because they're asking for the count, right? At the end, I wanted to have a count of 3, a count of 4. So for that, for having the count, I'm initializing a variable called count and initializing it to 0. Now, x, I'm going to get an input, the character which needs to be find out how many times it has occurred. That character I'm storing it in x. Okay, so the first input is a string and the second input is the character which needs to be found out. 2 inputs. Next, a loop. Okay, for I in test str. this input string. I have to check every individual character whether is it equal to the X. Okay. If for example I'm giving hello, hello is the input string received from the user, and the user is asking me to find the occurrence of L. Okay, so now I have to check if X is equal to I. First it will take for H equal to L. No, the condition is false. Again it will go for the loop. It will check. Now condition is false. Again it will go for the loop. Next L. Yes, L equal to L. So now count is incremented. Already count value is 0. Now 0 plus 1 count becomes 1. Okay. Next again it will go for L. L equal to L. Yes, the condition is true. Count gets incremented. Now the count value will be 2. Okay. So further the condition fails. So the number of L in hello is 2. That gets printed. Okay. Very simple program. Now we'll see that in the C language. As usual, the header file string, it is a performance with the string. I'm using string.h, the main function. See, I've declared an array called yes of size 1000. Okay, simply I've given 1000 as a size, and C also a character. Why am I declaring C is to get the character which is repeated from the user. Now, simply for using purpose, I'm declaring I and count equal to 0. I'm going to get the input from the user. And this time I haven't used the scanf statement. Instead, I have used get s, which stands for get string. Make a note of it. Get s is get string. Instead of scanf, you can use get s also. Only for getting the string as an input. Okay. Get yes. Now I'm storing that in yes variable called yes, and then another one I have to get a character, right? A character which is present or repeated in the statement. I have to get that. For that I'm using get char. So in this program I wanted to show you not only scanf, you can use getters and get char also. Okay, for that only I've mentioned a different input statement here. Every program we saw till now, it was depending upon the scanf, but now get s and get char can also be used for a string and character. Okay, I'm going to get the character and store that in a variable called C. Okay, now a for loop I is equal to 0, I less than s of I. Okay, here comes I less than. Okay, s of I. Now I plus plus. This loop is satisfied, it comes inside, it will check. Okay, s of I in the sense first I is equal to 0, so the first element in an array, it will come, it will check whether it is equal to the user given character. If yes, count gets incremented. No, it will again go back to the loop. It will be repeatedly done until the condition is failed, and finally the count gets printed. Okay, both in Python and in C, it is a very simple program. Okay, just take it down. Is it clear? Is the code clear for everyone, or someone wants me to explain it again? Okay. Okay, take it down fast. Always take down both the language code. Okay, good question, Deepak. So once again, everyone listen. Just stop writing and listen. Deepak has asked me a question that a percentage C is used here. What is the purpose of this? Okay. So as I said previously, percentage D is used to mention a integer data type. Okay. I'm going to tell the CPU that a integer data type is to be present here. So what is that will be given after the comma and the double apostrophe. Percentage D is for integer. Similarly, percentage C is for character. Char data type, I'm using percentage C. Okay. Within the double quotes, I'm just telling the compiler that a, a character has to come here. Okay. Just occupy the space. I'll tell you what character later. Okay. So I'm just occupying the space. Once this part of code is read, okay, C is the character which is to be placed here. Okay. So it will go here and count the number of times it has been occurred. It will come in this percentage D. Okay, percentage C stands for the character and percentage D stands for the integer. Is it clear, Deepak? The dash above percentage C. No, sorry, that dash will not be there. One second. This one you're asking, right? I'll explain you one second. Is my screen visible? Okay. So, see, I'm asking for a string. So I have to give a input. I'm just giving hello and the character to be searched. Okay, I'm just giving L. So while getting the output, look at here, I get L occurs 2 times, right? I wanted to print this L also here. Okay, L occurs how many times? So see, percentage C, here I have placed L and percentage D is 2 times. So for the integer I have used percentage D and for the character L I have used percentage C. Okay, is that clear? The dash was by mistake. Okay. Okay, Deepak. So this is the actual code. Is it clear, Deepak? Is your doubt cleared? Okay, good. Take it down. Good. At least after 2, 3 sessions, someone has asked me a doubt today. Completed? Has everyone completed this program? If completed, just give me a thumbs up. Okay. Now, another question. I'll give you 5 minutes time. Just read this question, understand, and tell me what is the problem. Read the program again and again, and you'll understand what program is it. Same program. What program? The previous one are you asking?
Ma'am, you said read the program. On the screen, there's the previous program. Only that's there.
Is it about a e-commerce company, right?
On the screen, no, ma'am.
1 second. Now, what program do you see?
Ma'am, your browser tab, the online compiler.
My God, till now, have you seen this browser tab?
Yes, ma'am.
I just changed the tab, but I hope it wasn't shared. At least now someone said thank you.
Welcome, ma'am.
I was just wondering why nobody has said me the answer yet. Now what program did you see?
The PDF, like the picture.
Okay, e-commerce company. Can you see that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. This is the second problem. Just go through the problem and tell me what is it. Good. Any other interpretations? Calculate the total sales of highest sales. Yeah, good. Correct. Others? Even though you have the same answer, I wanted your name to be displayed in the chat. Just tell me the answer. Okay. So, okay. What are they saying is the e-commerce company buys sell goods. Okay, very good. Everybody has answered. A company named buy sell goods collected the sales value of n most popular selling products on its website. Okay, so there is a website for buy sell goods and they are collecting the data. What data is that? The most popular selling product. Okay, the sales value for the most popular selling product, that is how many products have been sold. Okay, that is the thing. Now from these values the company decided to calculate the total sales value of the two highest selling products. So a number of values are given, sales value. Okay, for example, let us take five sales values are given. Okay, from that I wanted to calculate two highest selling sales product. Okay, also the calculate the total they have given, so the sum of two highest selling products I wanted to find out. So this problem is similar to that of largest number in an array, right? We have to find the two largest number in an array, just add it up and give the output. Okay, simple problem. Now write an algorithm to help the company calculate the total sales value of two highest selling products on its website. Same thing. Input. What input you should get? Number of products representing the total number of products. Okay, how many products have been sold, that you have to get it as an input. Okay, see, for example, they've given an example, right? In the input we have to get how many products. Okay, they have said highest selling products. So how many highest selling products are there? Five. Okay, the user is giving this input as five. So now we have to get the input for every individual product, how much sales has happened. Okay, so for the first product is 15, second 26, third 13, fourth 7, and fifth is 45. Okay, so we have received the inputs. What is the output is 71. Why am I getting 71 as output? The two products with the highest sales value are the second and fifth product. Okay, it is 26 and 45 are the highest in the given array. So I'm just adding up both of that and I'm getting the output as 71. Okay. So as I said, I'm going to get the size of an array, inputs of an array, and I'm going to find out the largest numbers, two largest number in an array. I'm going to add it up and I'm going to give the output. Is the question clear for everyone? Is the problem clear? Okay. So, okay. Now, can someone tell me how will you find the largest element? Not in an array, in generalized form I'm asking. I'm going to give you three numbers, okay? 1, 2, 3. For example, I'm giving you three numbers, 1, 2, and 3. How will you find out the largest number? The logic. I wanted the logic. How will you find out? Sorting. Just come out of this technical programming languages, just come out and think as a human. Okay, the sorting, if else condition is everything for the compiler and for the machine, right? How will your brain process that? Will your brain know sorting? No. How will your human brain process? Okay, wait, compare 1 and 1 plus 1, then swap. Okay, I think everybody are so involved in programming, swapping, 1 plus I, ternary operators, sorting. If I just wanted in simple terms, which number is bigger, we'll choose. How will you know which number is the bigger? As you see, you'll know. Please don't give me that answer. How will you know a number is a bigger? By comparing. Okay. So your brain knows to compare. I have told you it is a three numbers, three individual numbers. So first, according to human brain, okay, initially we'll take the small number and then by comparing. Okay, according to human brain, you'll just go for the first number. I said 1, 2, 3, right? You'll go for 1. Okay, you'll check whether the next number 2 is greater than 1. If yes, then you'll go, no, 2 is the greater number for now, you'll say, and then you'll go for 3. Then you'll check, and then if that is the greater, you'll tell me 3 is the greater, ma'am. So yes, by comparing each and every individual integers, you'll tell me. Okay, so that is a logic. Sometimes even in the technical HR round, they'll be just asking you the logic without a technical terms used. Okay, there are chances for the questions like that. They'll say you should not use any technical words like swapping or the loop or if else statement. Nothing should be there. Just according to the logic you have to teach us. Sometimes the HR will ask, teach me this program without using the without using the programming, just as a logic. Okay, you have to teach him. They'll give you a paper and pen and you have to teach him with the logic. So every program, whichever you're going to try, just first think of logic. Okay, that is important. So now let us move to the program. Okay, largest pair sum in the unsorted array. Also, in the example which we see, the array was not sorted, right? 7 was given, 26, 45. It was just an unsorted array. So, no need to sort it all. We'll just keep it as an unsorted array itself. Now, as usual, the header file. Here, I have used limits.h. I'll tell you why I have used it. Now that is a header file and I have used it. Okay. Coming to the main function, I have declared a variable called n, a array a of size 100, and I'm going to get the size first. Okay. Now I'm getting the input for an array. So if I'm just giving, for as per the example, I'm giving the size as 5. For 5 times this loop gets executed, and I'll be getting the value for all the 5 and storing it in an array A. Okay. So now see, I've declared a variable called max of integer data type, and I'm initializing it to int min. Okay. Now I'm declaring many variables and initializing it to 0. Sum is equal to 0, k is 0, and L is also 0. Okay. Now I'm going to put a loop because I just wanted to add the two largest numbers. So first a of I will be 0. So a of 0 will be taken. Next, I will be 0 plus 2. A of 2 will be taken. Okay. Both of them will be added and it will be kept in the sum. Okay. Now I'm going to check whether max. Okay. This int min is here, right? I've said store that in max, and if that max is less than sum. Okay. If it is less than sum, then I have to put whatever is in the sum, I have to change it to the max. Now k value becomes I. Previously k value was 0. Now it has become with I. And L value is also incremented I plus 2. Initially k and L were 0, but now k value is I and L value is I plus 2. Okay. So whatever is in the max, finally I'm going to print it. Okay. Is that clear? The basic logic, whatever you have said so many logics, right? Comparing, ternary operator, and so many logics you have said. Similarly, keeping all those logics only, I have done this program, a simple program. Okay. Make a note of it. Nobody has the doubt what is limits.h? I purposely stopped saying what is limits.h. Nobody has a doubt. Okay. So, okay, there is a concept called macros. So, for limiting the size of those macros, we are using limits.h. In this program, why have I used this? See here, this is a macro, int min. So, to limit the size of this macro, I have used limits.h in this header file. Okay. Yeah, good. For int main. Yeah, now take down the program. I think this is enough for today. Okay, is there any doubts regarding today's session? Any slides you want me to show it again? Any slides or pictures? Anything you want me to show again? We want this largest pair sum in Python language. Okay. See, this is the program. I'll explain you. So now in Python, I've defined a function. Okay, find largest sum pair is a function name, and I've used the def keyword in it. Okay, and two arguments arr and n. Okay, so we'll first go to the driver code and then come back to the function. So arr is the list. Okay, empty list. I'm just creating a list. I'm going to get the size input for the size and store it in a size variable, and I'm going to get this list elements using the for loop. Okay, for I in range of size till the I value becomes 5, I wanted to get the element. Okay, get the element input statement for getting the element and append it and store that. Okay, store that in arr list. Now I'm going to get the len of the arr list and I'm going to store that in n. Okay, after that I'm just asking it to be printed what the function, what the function returns. I just wanted to be printed, so I'm calling the function find largest sum pair. Okay, so the control jumps to this part. Okay, so now as you said the compare, right? The compare function you said. So arr of 0, the first element, is greater than arr of 1, the second element, then first is equal to arr, second is equal to arr of 1. Else it will be first will be arr of 1 and second will be 0. Okay, the opposite of this part is given in the else part. If this condition is true, this part is executing, else this part will be executed. Okay, now again I'm taking for I in range of from 2 till the n. Okay, we know the n value is the length. Okay, so now I'm going to check array of the ith element is greater than the first. Okay, now we have stored something in the first. I'm going to check whether arr of I is greater than the first. Okay, if it is greater, second is equal to first, just the swapping. Okay, again and again I'm just swapping it. Second is equal to first and first is equal to arr of I. Okay, elif I've given elif arr of I is greater than second and arr not equal to first. Okay, now the ith element should be greater than the second. Now what is there in second? The first element value is there in the second, and I'm going to check whether it is greater than the ith element, and I have used the and operator here. So both this condition and this condition, both the conditions must be satisfied, and the ith element should not be first. Okay, because why? Because I'm giving this is already we are storing the first element only in the second variable. Okay, again if I'm going to give the same thing, both the values will be same, right? So I also wanted to check that both are not equal. I'm just making sure that I'm not taking the same value again and again for the maximum. Okay, for that only I've given this condition. If I've taken the first maximum value, next I go for the second maximum, right? I don't want to keep with the first maximum itself. So I've given this condition. Now second is equal to the ith element in the array. Now return, what should I return? The first and the second, sum of the first and second will be returned, and that gets printed here. Is that clear? Is the Python program clear? Size of the array entered and the len of array are same. Yeah, it is one and the same. If you want, you can just skip this step. Okay, no need to find out the size or length of the array. You can just use the size wherever n we have used. Okay, we are giving here, right? There you can just directly use size, and here also you can use size. No issues. Okay. Make a note of this. Okay. As I said in the beginning of the session tomorrow, I want everybody of you to attend a mock test. Okay. You complete it successfully or not, that doesn't matter. Whether you know the coding or not, no problem. Just go attend the mock test and if we can share the experience here. Okay. I think a handful of people are here, so you can discuss among yourself which site are you going to visit. So you can divide it among yourself and tell us. Tomorrow in the session, we'll have the discussion for around 15 minutes. Okay, you have to tell us how was the experience. Okay, which site you logged in for the mock test and what was the standard of the questions and what program did you get. You have to tell me. Okay. Okay. So any other doubt regarding today's session? Any doubts? Any help you want from me?